Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.
Welcome to the podcast. This is Seth Greene. Today I've got the good fortune to be joined by Patryk Stanczak from geekheros.com, a innovative Chicago-based digital marketing agency helping companies tell their stories to accelerate their growth. Patryk, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Seth.
You are welcome. Let's go back in time a little bit. How did you get started?
Yeah, kind of a oddball journey, kind of bouncing around, but I was in the Marine Corps 2012 to 2017, worked with some electronics there, radar systems, the kind of a little bit of software shifted into me going to a kind of a boot camp my last 6 months in the Marine Corps with Microsoft called Microsoft Software Systems Academy. Did that whole thing, got some job offers from SpaceX, Tesla, Microsoft, all those kind of things, and then decided I'm going to go try my own company. And basically what happened was, I started as an IT company and did a little bit of marketing, a little bit of web development, turned into security camera work, did a little bit of data management, had some paralegal work, then I did accounting, then I became a real estate agent, then I did some paralegal work, Airbnb conversions, property management, and then burned out wonderfully at the end of 2017, about mid-2018, and decided I'm going to regroup and figure out what I liked out of all that the most. Got some valuable skills and got paid for it. And so that was a really cool thing that I was able to do with one client. That one client turned into me essentially having a job, which is what I was trying to avoid, and me running a business, which I quickly learned that there's a difference. Even though you're a contractor, doesn't mean you own a business, not a true business, right? And so decided that I like to just have a laptop, and everybody needs marketing. Very competitive. I'm just going to bring that to the table, bring my business acumen I've kind of developed over a couple of years at that point, and then started doing marketing. Bounced around a lot, found out what I like to do, what I don't like to do, what I'm good at, started building some partners, a team, and here we are.
Well, congratulations on that. First of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And I'm sure the longer version of that story could probably fill a book somewhere if it hasn't already. Let's talk about what you're doing now. So tell us a little bit about, you talked about going through different things and figuring out what you like doing, what skill sets you had. So tell us a little bit about the mission of Geek Heroes now.
Sure. So basically, I'm very competitive, been an athlete my whole life and all that kind of thing. So I wanted to bring all that to the company I was starting in. And basically, I love helping small businesses specifically beat out the big guys. And that's just what I love to do. That's where I can really bring my competitiveness forward. Also, I have a small business that I'm growing, and so I'm always on the cutting edge of what's new, what's working and what's not. And so that's a really cool, thing I'm able to do that maybe some of the other companies aren't. And yeah, I love it.
That is awesome. So obviously a percentage of our listeners are small business owners who would love to beat their bigger competitors. So talk a little bit about how you're helping those small businesses differentiate themselves.
Sure. So I do quite a bit of things, but I'll go into kind of a very nice linear path for people to kind of understand, the way I do things. So I'm very foundationally based. With a strong foundation, you can really build a nice, solid, tall skyscraper. And so that's really at the core of what everything I do. And so basically what I do is I start off with the website. So I do web development, design, all those kind of things with user experience in mind, first and foremost. And that's like everything. That's where Google's headed towards. So that's where I'm building towards. You gotta hit the moving target, not where it used to be. The next component is basically leveraging old leads and turning them into new sales, and do that with email marketing. And that's everything from onboarding emails all the way to evergreen emails that are just straight value add, right? Utilizing the 80% value of content, 20% ask, not I haven't talked to my customer in my emails in a year and I'm going to tell them about the deal I have going on. It just doesn't work very well. You got to constantly get people used to opening emails. And then when you have an ask, you've given so much value that reciprocity is going to be the thing that works in your favor. So doing that, everybody has the same experience with the onboarding emails, all the way to even, marrying sales and marketing together, which, is kind of rarely done, but really needs to be done. And so the way I do that is using automations. A quick example would be building out a CRM pipeline for someone for a specific product and building out all the stages. Typically, I see 15 stages or so. That includes like canceling appointments, scheduling appointments, things like that, which are more repetitive. And there's typically like about, I would say 5 to 7 or so stages where people get stuck on, like leads. And so our whole goal is to assist the salespeople from the marketing side and automate 3 to 10 emails to just go out over the course of about 2 weeks or so to push people to go from the one stage to the next. And those seem to be working pretty well, sometimes even doubling revenue for companies. And so that's one thing. The next one is basically like I said, utilizing automations for as much things as possible. And then using SEO as the long-term organic kind of way of generating leads. And so that takes forever. And that's kind of where I started mostly everything, but I quickly learned the only thing people really care about is sales. And so SEO is very, very hard because if you want retainer-based clients or clients that are long-term, you have to constantly explain to them, like, it takes time. So again, just kind of dove into all these other components. And so my favorite way of working with people is actually as a fractional chief marketing officer. So the type of people that typically fit me best for this are companies with little to no marketing, small businesses, maybe making about 10 to 15,000 a month in top revenue. And basically they have little to no marketing. Maybe they're DIYing it. Their kids are doing their marketing for them in some circumstances. And they're kind of ready, willing, but not necessarily able financially to move forward with a full marketing person. So that's kind of where the fractional component comes into play. So I come in, I build out their marketing from A to Z, and it's based on what the lowest hanging fruit is first, or the thing that's going to generate the greatest ROI. And everything I do is sales based. If it's not a sales generating activity or marketing thing, we're not going to necessarily do it. And it's both direct and indirect sales. And I'll define those two. So direct sales means money in the bank. Indirect sales means the thing that took you 10 hours a week now takes you 1 hour a week. And now it gives you more time to generate sales. It increases the lifetime value of a customer, which again, sometimes you won't be able to tell for about a year or so. And then you can look back, reflect, but you've set goals and you've seen things. So now you can actually track it and see if it did increase it. And other things like your revenue has increased, 2x, marketing probably had something to do with it, right? It's kind of hard to define all the intangibles. So that's the way I kind of put it, direct sales and indirect. And it's right now it's no upfront cost. It's month to month, no lock-in. And I have yet had anyone stay with me less than a year. So doing something right. My longest client's 28 months currently. And the secret sauce is basically I have mandatory 1+ hour working calls each week with each one of my clients. And that holds them accountable and myself accountable. And we're able to pivot to whatever the most important thing is next, the thing that's generating the greatest ROI, the marketing opportunities, and things of that nature. And so that's basically the big piece, and everything else is kind of a la carte or as needed or foundational building pieces till you get to the point where we can really just explode.
That makes a lot of sense. You mentioned the size and the revenue and what they're looking to do. Is there a particular industry that you like working in better?
Sure. I mean, I've done everything, from e-commerce to service-based to medical devices to manufacturing facilities. It's the thing the companies I really love working with are service-based. And if you have products, preferably if you have a in-person shop, because we'd be able to generate a lot of traction really quickly with utilizing local SEO. And so that's always really important for me to be able to deliver pretty quickly. So service-based companies, I mean, professional services, or, then you have your residential cleaning, you have your plumbers, all your house services, to consulting, anything online. You're developing a new, if you're developing a new app and you need a specific backend built out and all that, I'm not the right person for you. I can definitely give you the right person, but that's not in my realm of things. It's really just helping small businesses build out all their marketing in all facets, including sales, and making sure your budgets are right, you're financially set, everything is moving in the correct direction forward, and we're not pulling in different directions. That's kind of what I'm looking for when I do assessments.
That sounds like a great service that obviously you can't manufacture more hours in the day. Talk a little bit about the team that you bring to the table.
Awesome. Yeah. So a couple team members, one big staple one, he's my content guy. My main one, his name's Jim, and he probably go toe to toe with anyone in the country for tagline writing. So his claim to fame is Granger, the ones who get it done. So he's on my team, developing taglines, all kinds of other content. He's done his A-list is like 1,000 people long. He helped start the Writers Guild in Chicago back in the 70s. He's had over 3,000 clients, and a great, he's a goofball. So he's my goofball. So he's great. So taglines and stuff like that for branding and kind of getting set up like that. I'll give you an example. One of my more recent ones, 10,000 eyes to save patient lives. And you can kind of get an idea of what that'll be applied to just from the tagline. So things like that. So he's one of my main people. I have a person who assists with web development to kind of finish off projects. He's on contract base, content writers from all over for various things, and from web copy to blogs to other things like that. And if we have bigger projects, I have people that I kind of ask or outsource particular things, but it's a small team that's kind of growing as needed.
Well, that sounds fantastic. Your passion is obvious. What do you like best about what you're doing now?
The competitiveness, the growth, the ever-changing world. I love being innovative and on the front line of everything. And most of my clients have honestly been veteran-owned companies too. I've served over 200 different clients in various capacities at this point in the last 5 years since I started. And I just love, helping the veteran community. I do that from the nonprofit side as volunteer. I do it in a whole bunch of other ways. And I also like to bring that to the table for Geek Heroes. And so that's kind of what I'm passionate about, being able to give back to the veteran community, help those small businesses. My mom owns a cleaning company. I love helping small businesses. I've been around them my whole life, and that's where I love to stay and be around.
All right. Well, we greatly appreciate your time. We know it's incredibly valuable. This has been Seth Greene with Patryk Stanczak of geekheroes.com. Patryk, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you, Seth.
Thanks everybody for watching or listening, and we'll talk to you or see you next time. Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level, but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat sheet. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.